What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 8 of Run Out the Clock. We've done 8 of these, started around a couple weeks before the first week of the season, so it's good that we're staying consistent with it. But with that being said, we got to talk about last week in the NFL and college football, this week in the NFL and college football. Good little Thursday night game, good Monday night game, couple upsets last Saturday. Can even say a couple upsets last Sunday. But we're going to talk all about it right now. One of your hosts, Russell Spot, Rod.
Oh man, um, I got some stuff I got to say tonight about a certain team in Pennsylvania, but we're gonna get to that when we get to that. I got some stuff to say about the NFL, some stuff to say about this upcoming week in college football. Um, yeah, honestly, like you just said, bro, it's episode 8. I can't believe we're already at through 8 episodes. If you've been watching the show, if you've been supporting us, this has been something new that we've been doing, kind of getting away from the wrestling stuff. We hope you guys have enjoyed it thus far. But yeah, I want to get in. Let's just get into this. I know we're gonna talk about last week's. What was last week? Week 6? Week 5?
For college
What was
was
last
6,
week?
yeah.
Week 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're already 6 weeks into the season. Holy crap, dude!
Mm-hmm.
Damn, really, it's flying, man. Time is flying.
Mm-hmm.
What's good, Ant?
What's going on?
Um,
Oh man,
so
but
we start with like early slate.
I guess let's talk
How do
about the
you?
little recap from last week for
Okay.
college. So obviously
You want to start with?
I'm just gonna
You want to start with the early slate? Okay.
run through these games from most important. Um, obviously we won't dive into some of them. Ohio State beat the crap out of Minnesota, all expected.
Yep.
BYU got a win over West Virginia. Um, I'll go through the blowouts real quick. Oklahoma dropped 44 on Kent State. A&M beat
Oh,
the
by the
crap out of
way,
Mississippi State.
you talking about Oklahoma? John Mateer might play
Looks
tomorrow.
like you might.
It looks like he. Remember what I told you? What was it like last week or whatever? I think I told you he was.
Mm-hmm.
I told you he was gonna be out. What? Okay, hold on. Wait, I clicked on the wrong team.
I think it was like 3 to 4.
Okay, so I told you right. I was like, okay, because he got hurt in the Auburn game, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they had a bye. I said that he was gonna be out Kent State and Texas, and hopefully gearing up for a return for the South Carolina or Ole Miss game. He's coming back earlier than expected.
Way earlier.
So to me, I don't know. From what I've seen from like the updates on the injury, I thought it was way more serious. But maybe they miscalculated and maybe it wasn't as bad. I thought I had heard something about like needing surgery, which was gonna postpone him for like at least another couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But shit, damn, I don't know. But I mean that's good. He's gonna go back to playing. So it's gonna put him right back. Hey, do you think? Question. You think he can still win the Heisman?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He actually, if he plays tomorrow, he only missed Kent State game that they didn't need him for.
So you see, and this is what I thought I read too. Yeah. I thought he broke his hand. Like I could have sworn that's what it was. If he has a broken hand, how is he already coming back? Literally, what? This is the 3rd week of his recovery process. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe John Mateer is just built different, man.
As a fan of the Texas Longhorns, they need to look into that hand and make sure they're not giving no PEDs. Because if he starts throwing dots tomorrow, I'll be looking. I'll be looking.
Bro's gonna start dotting up your team. Oh man.
What is this
You're
picture?
gonna
Man,
file a
it's
complaint.
my goat Debo, man. He's better than Stephon Diggs, of course.
Yo, what happened? Yo, well, I know we're gonna get into this a little bit later, man. But why don't you put your goat Diego Pavia?
Hey. It's okay, bro. We all have bad games. It's okay. Like
You know,
Arch, but we don't have bad games every day like Arch, you know what I mean? So like, when you struggle against, UTEP and then,
we're gonna
Sam
get
Houston.
into we're gonna get into it. We're gonna
Yeah.
get into it.
I'm gonna be a hater.
Um,
Hold on, can I say
Texas Tech
something?
got a big win over Houston.
Before you start, can I say something real quick?
What?
I'm sorry, Axel, but I don't think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's that good, bro. He had 36 points in my career, right? I know this is my career, right? But I had
Uh-huh.
26 points per game, bro, and I beat him out for MVP. I don't think he's that good. I'm sorry. I hate to
Man,
bring
well,
I hate to bring video games into this, but I don't think he's that
you're-
good, bro.
I think my career is lying to you.
No. It's pretty accurate. I won the finals, but all
I
right.
think my career is lying to you, man.
It kind of is. I won with the 76ers, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, it's definitely lying to you then. They ain't winning shit
I know.
anytime
All right.
soon.
All right, you can get into it. Sorry, Darian. Love you. No
Texas
homo.
Tech, Texas Tech got a win over undefeated Houston. Georgia
Texas
beat
Tech looks
Kentucky.
legit.
Better than we
Texas
thought.
Tech.
Cincinnati got a surprising win over Iowa State. That was they're still
Oh,
most likely
that was crazy.
still a big favorite for the Big 12, but that's still a big win for Cincinnati nonetheless.
Who, Iowa?
Iowa State, yeah,
Wow, they're still a big favorite to win.
they still are to like compete for the Big 12 title.
Oh, okay.
Mic check. We good?
Yeah,
What happened?
I don't know. Are you like lagging? Chris, is he lagging?
Yeah.
No, he's not
Y'all
lagging
able
on
to hear
me.
that whole time? Or no?
I heard
I
you
could have
for
sworn
like
he
a
was like
second.
lagging. Yeah, and then you like cut out.
Yeah.
Yeah, am I back in?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Virginia got a win over Louisville. So now we can get into the more big games of the week. I guess let's start with Carson Beck getting the big win over Florida State.
Florida
What'd you
State's done.
I'm
Florida State's
sorry.
done, man. Damn. I thought this was gonna be a closer game, but maybe Miami is. Maybe they're just that good, bro.
Could be.
Maybe they're. You know, like the score indicates it was close, right? 28-22, but nah, this game was not close. Not by any metric, honestly. This game wasn't even. The game wasn't even remotely close. If I'm being honest. And if I look at Florida State's rest of the schedule, they got Pitt, Stanford, Wake Forest, Clemson, Virginia Tech, NC State, and then Florida, the Gators to finish off the year. They're done. They don't have another ranked opponent. Like it's gonna be very hard for me to like put them inside the college football playoff, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be even harder for the committee. Obviously they have one key win against Alabama, which could help them. Maybe,
Especially
right?
with the way Bama's looking right now.
Yeah, exactly. But they'd have to go perfect the rest of the year. They'd be a 2-loss team. Their saving grace is going to be that win over Alabama, and they're going to have to run the table now, go perfect the rest of the year, and hope that the rest of the hope that their conference, not only their conference, but the rest of the 25, the rest of the 24 teams that are in the top 25, just start to, especially the back half, the 8 through 20 or 22, just completely break apart, and they can somehow find a way close in. And if I were to look at standings right now, I mean, what teams have a better resume than them? I mean, yeah, there's a couple, but I mean, they can definitely get over people, if some people. So, I mean, I think they're done, but Miami might be legit. I didn't see this coming from Miami. Part of it was because I didn't believe in Carson Beck, but he's turning me into a believer, man. The guy's
4
doing great.
touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean the guy's doing great. He's completely transformed this team. We knew this defense was going to be good to start off, but I was still very not confident in just Carson Beck. But he's been every bit of special through 6 weeks of the season.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Glisor? But yeah, Miami might be legit. They're what, number 3 in the country?
Yeah, no, I think
Yeah.
this week they got moved up to number 2.
Oh, they did. Okay. Yeah, I mean they're every bit as legit. Yeah, they're number 2. They're every bit as legit. And I think they're gonna have a good shot at winning the title.
I don't know. Do you think? I wouldn't mind that conversation because they probably got the best
I feel like
quality win so far.
Yes, and look, Ohio State's only won because they beat Texas.
Which
Ohio
doesn't
State
that
for
win
some
doesn't look as good right now.
yeah, and honestly, I don't really think they don't like Ohio State doesn't have a quality win yet.
Yeah.
They don't. Like they're about to face their first task of the season, but at least because now we can clearly see that Texas isn't really the task that everybody had thought.
Mm.
But I think they're about to face their first like really big task in Illinois, which over the last couple of weeks have played better than expected. But
This is the full
then
test for Illinois too.
yeah, this is a test for Illinois as well. This is in Illinois, so it's gonna be interesting. Um, yeah, I mean this is the first test that they're gonna face. I don't even is it the toughest one? As of right now, it is the toughest game that they have. Because Michigan, I mean, well, Michigan is realistically the biggest test probably, just because that's a rivalry game and that's at the end of the year and it's going to be in Michigan. So that is Illinois in the test. Yeah, but like it's also the biggest test they faced this year
Yeah.
because like they're the best team that they've faced. Like, I mean, like, and I hate to like put Illinois over like Texas but like Texas really hasn't looked like what
Mhm.
we thought Texas would look like. So, as of right now, Illinois is the biggest test that they face because Minnesota no, Washington no, obviously Ohio and Grambling are no. So this is going to be their biggest test thus far, and I think they'll pass it. I think they'll probably win by 15 plus points. This is going to be an easy game for Ohio State. I just want. We're not gonna find out now. We're gonna have to wait till the postseason. But I'm not completely sold yet on Ohio State. I need to see how they play when they play against a team that can score with them.
Mhm.
And that game is gonna be them against Oregon in the Big Ten
Oregon's
title.
Mhm.
So I want to see if they can beat Oregon and if they can beat them pretty convincingly, or they can beat them in a shootout, then I might have Ohio State winning the title. But as of right now, I think I'd probably have Oregon or Miami probably favored over them. And John Mateer's coming back, so I might have Oklahoma maybe, depending how he looks. If he looks as good as he was looking the first couple of weeks of the season, then I might have Oklahoma winning the title.
Yeah, and in terms of quality wins, I say the number one seed or the ranking should be right now would be Miami. Let's see. But we can get to our
Do you
next
think?
game. What's
Do you
up?
think Oregon maybe has a chance for that one
that's
seed?
another one too.
After
Oregon
beating
did-
your
I
team,
know-
yes.
Yes, and my team
Oh.
isn't as good, but like at the time, my team was viewed as pretty good, and they still won a whiteout,
Right.
and they won a
Still a
really
tough place to
tough
win.
game. So it is, yeah, it's a tough place to win. I still got Miami
But
win it. I would say Miami,
I don't
but I
know.
don't trust Carson Beck. So
Still, yeah.
he's doing great now, but like he might just, for all we know, he could just be a regular season warrior. So I'll wait and I'll see because Miami, I mean, they beat Notre Dame, but I'm not really that big of a fan of Notre Dame. Bethune, no. South Florida is whatever. The Gators, they suck. And then Florida State, Florida State had been on a decline ever since they beat Alabama. So, yeah, I gotta wait and see. Obviously, you can only play who's in front of you. So,
Mhm.
we're gonna really. I think this is realistically. I think this is a anybody can have it kind of year. There's not a team I even
This
feel
playoff
confident
looks way
in. But
different than anybody predicted.
yeah, no, this isn't your typical year where like, oh, okay, like you can potentially say, this team's gonna win or whatever. This far in the season, I don't even know, and we could get to the end of the regular season and still not know. So I think there's a real possibility we could get to the end of the regular season and still not know. Because I think a lot of people were picking, Texas and they're picking Texas and Clemson as like the two
Mhm.
probably biggest
Big
favorites.
favorites.
Just obviously
there.
Clemson had the
Easy schedule with Cade.
the easy schedule and they have like a veteran quarterback, and that is a pretty veteran team So, but yeah. What do you have to say about that Miami game?
Miami's just proven why they deserve to be in the top two. They're playing like they deserve to be number one.
How many teams do y'all think can win the national title? Can win?
Low key,
Okay.
if you make the playoff, I think you got a shot. I think the first 8 seeds got a shot to get a good seeding.
So
I'm sorry.
the teams that I think will most definitely make the playoffs: Ohio State,
Mhm.
Miami, Oregon. Don't want to say Ole Miss.
Not yet. They usually fuck up in the second half of the season.
I'm gonna reserve my thoughts on Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reserve. Texas A&M again. I'm gonna reserve my
those.
thoughts. So no. I'm gonna say as of right now, Ole Miss and Texas A&M, no. Oklahoma, yes. Oklahoma is a yes, and for the simple fact that, yes, their schedule is very tough to end the year, especially their last 5 games. They're gonna go against Ole Miss, Tennessee, Alabama, Missouri, and LSU. All these teams are ranked within the top 15. So, but I still think yes. I think their defense is legit, and if they can buy their quarterback time to get back into rhythm, whether he has a broken wrist or not, I don't know. I really don't know. There's no way you can even come back from a broken hand or wrist in 3 weeks. That's just not possible. But I think that them is a yes. Indiana, I want to say yes, but no. Alabama is a
Alabama in
yes,
there.
and that's it. I think that's the list. So I really think it's OSU, Ohio State, Miami, Oregon, Oklahoma. So that's 4 teams, and Alabama. I think that's it. 5. If I'm really being honest, I think it's only 5. Because I don't believe in Texas Tech. I don't believe in Georgia. Gunnar Stockton is gonna just have to show me, honestly. LSU, Garrett Nussberger. Fuck no. And then Tennessee. Tennessee's a tough one, man. Tennessee. No, like their defense is shaky. They're gonna be in a bunch of shootouts. A&M. A&M. Look, A&M. Man, I've seen for many years, bro. This team. Everybody talks about how Jimbo Fisher gets the best classes, the best recruiting. I can't tell. They've been a garbage school for years. For like at least the last millennium, they've been garbage. Like, have they even won that many bowl games?
Their national title is getting a win over Bama every couple years.
So I can't even say A&M. I don't trust them. Ole Miss, like Spot said, they're bound to fuck up. Like, I don't even trust them.
Now, if they get to the SEC title game, then maybe my mind will change. But they got to get there first.
And the SEC's loaded, man. I mean, look at these teams that you're gonna have. You have Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Alabama, all fighting for a spot to be in the SEC championship. That's very tough. Those are 4 teams that are like fighting for a chance to be in the SEC championship, and you're gonna want to be in that game because that game's gonna. If you win that game,
I think if you get in that
you're
game,
probably gonna be you're gonna. Well, yeah. Not only that, but if you win that game, you're gonna probably be a top 4 seed. Especially if you're undefeated. If you're undefeated, here's the thing. If you're Ole Miss, Texas A&M, and Oklahoma, if you're in that game, in the SEC game, and if you're undefeated at that point, and you win that game, you're a 1 seed. There's no way you're not. Especially Oklahoma. Oh my God, Oklahoma with that schedule, that gauntlet, the last 5 games of the year, all of those teams being within the top 15, and then you tell me you beat all those teams, end the season perfect, and then you go into the SEC tournament, you beat whoever that is, they're gonna be the number 1 seed. I think Oklahoma probably has the best shot. I think of anybody because of the competition they play. They're gonna be in playoff mode from the time that week 9 comes around. They're gonna be in playoff mode. I think Oklahoma probably has the best shot. Obviously, it's gonna be predicated on on how John Mateer comes back, but
Going on, John.
I think Oklahoma realistically has the best shot of any team because they're going to be in playoff mode from the time Week 9 starts. So, what do you think, Spot? You think they have the best shot?
I guess like the idea that they have to win every game in that gauntlet makes me say no.
Yeah.
Because that's a
Well, they don't have to win every game.
I mean, they don't
I
have
think
to,
you
but
can. I think in that 5-game stretch, if you go 3-2,
Mhm.
they're still good. The only way.
right now, I would probably go with.
Mm,
I would still go with Ohio State until proven otherwise.
okay.
Until proven otherwise, but Oklahoma's right there.
But if let's say they go 4-1
Then,
in that
yeah.
stretch,
Yeah.
then they have. I would think if they go 4-1 in that stretch, they're gonna have the best chance to win that title. They'll probably be my favorite if they win. If they go 4-1 in that stretch,
Mhm.
they're gonna be my favorite because they're gonna already have been in playoff mode, so they're gonna know how to compete with a lot of these tougher teams. And Ohio State and some of these other teams at the top are just they haven't played enough talent. The SEC is this is why the SEC does so good every year because the SEC is just full of like really good teams and talent that like your playoffs are starting way earlier than most teams. And so you kind of already like lock in, and that's a big thing is like locking in. Like a lot of like thing about college is like a lot of these schools don't play really good schools, and then you end up those aren't like that's not like those aren't your tests, so you don't ever really know what your place is until you really play a really good team. And a team like Ohio State, which probably plays maybe two good teams, you only really see two good teams throughout the year, not counting the championship game, the conference championship game. You never really know where you're really at, and I think that could not work in your favor
Mhm.
because you don't know where you're really at if you're even as good as some of these other teams. So that's kind of what holds me back from picking Ohio State.
That's real.
Like I said, we'll wait and see. And Julian saying is, I think he's been playing good. Like not great, he's playing good. I mean, he's playing careful football, not really turning the ball over, doing what he's asked of. So yeah.
Let's get into these 3 games that probably talk a little bit about. It's actually our 3 teams. This will start with they all lost. We'll start with the least hurtful loss, and that is Alabama beating Vanderbilt 30-14. Vanderbilt started strong.
Least
I was
hurtful.
pushing.
Nah,
Yeah.
that was tough, man. Freaking Diego sold us at the when we were up. We were supposed to go up 14-0. He sold us. It's all right. It's all right.
That was up 14. Was it 14-0 at one point, right? Or
Yeah.
was it
Vanderbilt, right? Vanderbilt was up, right?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt was up. But 30 straight from Bama.
Damn.
Pavia with 198, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and then Ty Simpson on the other side, 340, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Ty Simpson, man. Ty Simpson might be looking like the MVP front runner. I mean, the Heisman front runner, man. Shit, dude.
This isn't the worst loss that Vanderbilt can take but they gotta be
This
damn
is
good
okay.
from here on out. They got LSU, Missouri,
They have 1 loss, right?
Texas, Auburn,
Yeah, that's the
Kentucky,
one loss.
and Tennessee.
They're good. They're still fine. Look, I'm not. Vanderbilt took this loss. They were gonna take 1 loss. There's no way they were gonna go undefeated. I didn't think that. But taking this loss.
Timeout called by Darko Rajakovic, and we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
Chris.
Oh, there you go. All right.
This loss isn't bad, and especially because I think Alabama's gonna be the team. Alabama's gonna be, the team that I think we're all thinking of right now. Probably one of like a top 5 seed, probably the rest of the year.
Hold on, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, my bad. So
this loss for Vanderbilt isn't really all that bad. I mean, Diego Pavia finally had a bad game. He came back down to earth for 1 game. They just got to bounce back. But I'm not too worried. And Alabama, they just keep proving
Well, good.
themselves every week, man. They keep proving all the doubters wrong. Saying that everybody was saying, "Oh, even myself, nobody fears
Feeling
Alabama."
dumb. Yeah.
You better start fearing them. You better start fearing them. They got, Kalen DeBoer is finally getting his team right. This is what, second year, third year,
Yeah. Second.
second, right?
Mhm.
Look, the first year everybody was trashing him for it, whatever. But I think the second year he's really starting to find his footing, and he finally has a. I think Ty Simpson is way better than Jalen Milroe. I don't know. I don't know how I felt about Jalen Milroe. I just knew that I didn't really like how he plays or whatever. I don't think he was really all that great outside of just being a great athlete. But Ty Simpson is just, he's a guy that you can stand with, and he's a guy that can fight back from a passing perspective, and he can be in shootouts. He can beat you in a shootout. He can also blow you out. So, yeah, they're starting to find their footing, and I think their defense is starting to slowly creep into form. So, Alabama's going to be good the rest of the way. They're going to be a tough team to beat. As of right now, I think I'd have to probably pick them to win the SEC. I would pick Oklahoma, but I don't know what John Mateer is going to look like. So unfortunately, I'd have to go
They
with
got a
Alabama.
meet too, right? They have Bama Oklahoma this year.
Yeah, I think so. No, I don't think so.
I know last year
Hold
they played. I think they play at.
They play
yep,
this
at
year.
Alabama.
Oh, they do.
15th.
They do on the 15th. That's gonna really decide which either one of those two teams is gonna be in the SEC
Low key,
championship.
Bama's got a little gauntlet from here on out. They got Missouri, Tennessee, South Carolina, LSU, Oklahoma, quick Eastern Illinois game. Then they got the Iron Bowl with Auburn. So,
It's gonna be tough.
but yeah, not too bad of a loss there. We'll go to one that was pretty bad, but I could argue the other one might be worse. But this is DJ Lagway and the Florida Gators, a 1-3 team taking down formerly the number 1 team in the nation. At this time, they were number 9 team in the nation. Arch Manning and the Texas Longhorns. Arch looked very bad. 16 for 29, 263 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Yes.
On the other way, DJ Lagway finally looked like the quarterback we thought he was with 298 yards and 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Instant thoughts, Ron.
DJ Lagway started good until he just turned back the clock. Yeah, Texas, man. Arch Manning just for some reason just does not have it, man. Bro, like there's times I'm looking at him and he looks injured. Like he looks like he's wincing every time he throws the ball. Like this, what happened to this? Superstar caliber defense. Like what happened to this top of the nation defense?
That was the most disappointing part of the game because I think a lot of people knew what Arch was going to do coming in. Like he's going to be wishy-washy. But the defense,
yeah, exactly.
That was the thing. We thought the defense would have been fine.
What happened to the defense? Like, I want you to kind of emphasize on this a little more. Like, what do you think happened with the defense? Because this was a defense that earlier this year held Ohio State to only 14 points, and for a good part of the year they've been playing pretty good. But now it's kind of like it feels like they've lost their way.
What I think it is, honestly, is not being smart about scheduling. They off the bat played national championship favorites, Ohio State, and then you go on to play 3 schools that probably shouldn't really be considered FBS programs. And then you take a week off, and then you expect to get into conference play in the toughest conference in the nation, and just be fine, regardless whether how Florida had been playing. That's still a SEC caliber school. So that's what I think the main thing was, or maybe kind of like Texas as a whole and Arch as a whole, maybe that defense just wasn't as good as we thought. That's my take on the defense. But Arch itself, bro, he looked bad all game. But the thing that looked the worst about him was game time situation, the final drive. You take a sack there.
Oh yeah, that was
then
terrible.
Then he's not aware you can't spike the ball with less than 3 seconds on the clock. That was even crazier.
The game clock management was very bad. But that's also, look, I don't want to just put that on Arch. I think that's a coaching Like
That's true.
this is
That's
a
true.
guy who
Uh-huh.
didn't really, he wasn't in that many predicaments like that in his. I
Mhm.
think this is the first time he's been in that predicament. And it's like, from a coaching aspect, you have to teach your player who last year didn't really play in that many situations like that, if any. He didn't play in any situations like
He
that
got
last
garbage
year.
minutes.
Exactly. And it's like, as a coach, as much as I'm gonna blame Arch, I'm gonna put more of the blame on the coach for like,
Right.
for the final drive, just because like
Mhm.
you as a coach, you have to teach your player that like throw the ball away, like you have to coach him up right. And I don't think what's your Sark is really doing
Sarkisian.
all that great coaching this year. Yeah, I just Sark has been very missed this year. And I think him trying to coach up, maybe there was just too much. There was too much built up around Arch in the off season, and I think it's starting to like really get to them. And I think it's really starting to get to Arch, because I think this team as a whole feels pressure because he's a Manning and he's supposed to succeed, and the fact that he's not succeeding is kind of allowing this team to not play to its standard, not play Texas football. Texas football is defense first more than anything.
Mhm.
It's been like that for especially the defensive line. And that defensive line hasn't come to play in any games this year except for the first game. And honestly, I don't even know how I should even grade the 3 games in between that, because like you said, how am I supposed to measure 3 teams that don't even belong in the FBS? It's like I said earlier, like you don't really find out if a team's really good if they're playing all these bad teams until they really play a good team. I really don't know how to measure these teams when they're playing these bad teams, because in basketball it's a little different. In college basketball, there's upsets all the time.
Yeah.
In football, like these lesser tier schools are not beating these high tier schools. In college basketball, yes, because the talent separation is just wider,
Mhm.
And on any given night you can miss a bunch of shots and make a bunch and whatever. But yeah, no, like that's the thing, is like I didn't really know how to grade Texas, but I think now seeing them play Florida, this is a bad team. This is a really bad team. This is a team that could be looking at 4 to 5 losses this year. So I mean, they're already at 2, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think as of right now, actually not as of right now. Screw that. I think they're done. I don't think they'll make the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't
I
see
think
a
it's
world
over.
where they beat Georgia, A&M, Vanderbilt, and Oklahoma.
You'd have to have it perfect. Like it'd have to be complete beatdowns. If they're gonna make it, it'd have to be complete beatdowns. But other than that, I don't see this team really. I don't see this team. This is a bad team. And then Florida's not making the playoffs either. I think they're just they're just playing just to play at this point. Yeah, like they just want to play spoiler,
I wish
you
Tommy
can
was
play.
here. I wish Tommy was here,
And yeah, I know, right? So here's the thing: is
he
like,
was rooting for Texas. He wants them to fire Billy Napier.
but now it doesn't seem like
but
Billy
now-
Napier is gonna go now with a win like this. Nope.
Yeah.
Now everybody's like, oh, is Florida back? I wouldn't. Texas is not that great of a team. I wouldn't even think that, honestly. So I definitely still pump the brakes on Florida for sure.
Hey, Quinn Ewers, man, just letting you know I had your back last year. Everyone
Come
is
back.
saying, put in our chest. Said not yet. Let's wait. Man.
Quinn Ewers, come back. Get another year eligibility, please. That's what Texas fans got to be saying right now. Who's y'all backup by chance? Is he any good?
Oh, he's okay. Like I will say, the one play he had to come in against Florida because Arch's helmet came off, made a solid little throw. Obviously, that you can't judge his game.
Is
off
it
that, but
time
was
to
solid.
bench Arch? No, don't bench him. No, but look, okay, this is the one thing you do not want to do if you're Texas. Do not, by any means necessary, bench Arch. No, look, the season might be done.
Let's say if you plan on
Bench
having him
him
last year,
against
you need
Vanderbilt.
him to get reps. You need him to get reps.
Like, you're gonna kill that kid's confidence. Like, that kid might never actually be good if you actually bench him.
Bench
So,
him against
no.
Vanderbilt. That's what I'm saying. Easy
No,
win.
no.
Easy win right there.
I mean, I think it'll be an easy win regardless because the team just isn't that good. But no, look, I would not bench him. That is a young kid. Younger guys, when they play football, if they get benched too early, you can kill their confidence. It happens in high school. I played football in high school. I've seen people get benched left and right, and it completely kills their confidence. They never are the same again. They don't feel like the coaching staff has that much confidence in them, and that's what allows them to really feel down on themselves. But Texas is what 3-2. If you still want to have a chance, they don't have a chance of winning though. You got to think, bro. The best chance. You got to think they just lost to a 1-3 Florida team. 1-3. They're not gonna. The committee's gonna look at that, and they're not like. They're not gonna give them a chance. For them to win, and for them to even get to the playoffs, they'd have to beat the absolute living crap out of all the other teams that they face the rest of the year, which is absolutely just not gonna happen. They'd have to make statements for them to even get in. I wouldn't bench the guy. I honestly wouldn't. You're gonna kill the future of your team if you decide to bench that guy, and you're gonna potentially kill his career. The guy's young, he's a sophomore, right? Look, he's a sophomore. Clearly, he's not gonna go into the draft this year. He sucks. So you got another year with him, guaranteed. Let him get through this year. Okay, a junior. I mean, but still, you still have another year guaranteed with him because he sucks this year. So I wouldn't bench him. That's your guy for next year. If you bench him, then like you're gonna have to find another quarterback. So I thought he was a sophomore.
Yeah, he's a redshirt sophomore.
He's a sophomore, right?
Yeah.
So you guaranteed have another year, and then you'd have if he feels that he doesn't play to expectation next year, then you're gonna have another year with him. So
or then you can just choose not to play him by then. Yeah.
Yeah, by then. Unless he plays really good next year and then he decides he wants to come back. But I wouldn't bench him. No. I wouldn't bench him until like if you want to bench him the last week of the season,
Yeah.
the last game of the season, cool,
Or
whatever.
bowl
But
game,
let him play.
if they make a bowl game.
Yeah, if they make a bowl game, bench him. Like I mean, he doesn't need to be playing a bowl game, especially if he's not playing for anything. But just you got to keep playing him, man. You got to let him. If my backup gives me the best chance to win, but the thing is
Say we'll say that, but our backup's literally only
is that
played
backup even
one
that
snap
good?
and a drive this year.
Like I don't even
Sorry.
like I've never even seen that backup play. But I mean, what if you bench your quarterback, right? Your starting quarterback, a guy like Arch, and then your backup quarterback sucks. Well, then now you're in a even like an even worse position because you just killed the confidence of your starting quarterback who's supposed to be your superstar, and then you have your backup who's trash. You're not going anywhere. Like me personally, I know in the back of my head, hey, okay, we're about to lose out on this season. We didn't think, next year the pressure will be off. Nobody's gonna next year if Arch plays like this the rest of the year, the pressure's gonna be off. That kid might come back next year with more confidence, knowing that he doesn't have all this pressure on his back, and might play better next year. This is the kid I've never seen. Obviously, he has the Manning name. I can't really pick you points and times in the history of college football that somebody has had this much pressure on them. This is like insurmountable pressure. As somebody who didn't really play many games last year, he played just garbage time. And what did he start? One game? Because Quinn Ewers got hurt?
Yeah.
He started one game, right? Because Quinn Ewers got hurt?
Played two.
Two? But they weren't against good teams, right? If I remember correctly?
It was
Okay.
UTSA and Mississippi State.
Okay, yeah, not good teams. But this is what I'm saying. This is insurmountable pressure for a guy who is just hasn't played that many games, and he's going in there and going against tough competition, and then people are trying to grade him against going against like really bad teams like UTSA and what was it, Sam Houston,
Mississippi State.
Mississippi. No, this year.
Oh, this year.
Oh, UTEP.
UTEP, San Jose
Right?
State, and Sam Houston State. Yeah.
Okay, aren't good teams. There's no way to measure him against those teams. So don't bench him. Like if you're Sark, just don't bench him. Don't kill the kid's confidence. Just reassure. The coaching staff has to reassure him. I think the coaching has to do now. Sark is now, I believe, under really big head, like under really unlike he's under a big lens now, because now this is where his coaching is gonna have to come into play. I do believe his coaching is gonna probably will them into Arch playing good. The coaching is really what's gonna matter now, because if you can coach this kid back up to gaining his confidence back, because I think as the season progresses, this kid's actually gonna start losing. Like the pressure's already being taken off him. As the season progresses, the pressure's gonna be taken off unless he really performs over exception. But as of right now, not many people are talking about Texas, unless it's to bash them.
Mm.
So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't bench him. Would you bench him or no?
No.
Okay.
He needs the reps, obviously. But let's talk about the last game we on yesterday's. I'm sorry, last week's slate. 0-4 UCLA at home would defeat a team just got off a big loss at a wideout against Oregon. That would be Penn State. I'm gonna just let you take the floor, Rod.
I'm sorry. I saw his crash out. I love
Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
No. I just
Laugh
like
it
your
off.
I like your crash out, bro. It was funny, bro. And you're like, is he didn't get good top? Sorry, that show's funny. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I appreciate that. Hold on. So obviously, this season hasn't gone well. Watching, I wasn't really paying attention to this game. I didn't really care about it because I was like, okay, we're gonna win this game, whatever. I'm still kind of like, whatever. Like we lost to Oregon, I'm like, okay, UCLA, we'll beat them. Fuck it. It's not gonna change my perspective on anything. It's not gonna make me think, less of them or better of them. It's really not gonna change my perspective. Until it did. We were down a lot in the first half. And just to be correct, I think we were down by over 2 scores in the first half. And honestly, I wanted to be concerned, and I still wasn't, because I was like, okay, this could just be a typical, team trying to show out, new coaching staff, whatever. Okay, Nico's, 27-7. Okay, I'm like, okay, we still have another half of football, whatever. I'm like, okay, our defense might tighten up this half. They still feel like crap from the week before, whatever. Maybe this is a first half slump, whatever. Okay. I don't watch the rest of the game, by the way, because I just like, I don't want to watch it. I feel like when I watch games, I feel like I'm like bad luck or something, especially for my teams. I'm a Patriots fan, so like maybe sometimes that doesn't really become the case. But I'm going through my day, and then I'm paying attention to the scores. I'm like, okay, we're fighting back, whatever. And then I start to see like Nico just like really start just frying us. The end of the game comes around, and I didn't know whether to be happy that my team lost, just to like really give us this wake up call. Because it's one thing to lose to Oregon. You lose to a good team. Obviously, it was a whiteout, very devastating loss. But we didn't play like we should have won that game, right? We played like absolute garbage. Obviously, we almost came back, but we didn't play like we won that game or like that we were even supposed to win that game. and then you play UCLA, and you don't show up. You make the same mistakes again and again and again. The same mistakes that have been killing us all year. And I was trying to find. I was really trying to find how I was feeling, because I want to be happy that we lost, because James Franklin should be fired, right? I said this after the Oregon game. He should be fired, right? And then I was like, okay, he should be fired. And then Drew Aller shouldn't even be a quarterback. He should be done. But now I can't be happy. I can't be sad. I'm just mad. I'm mad that this is a disgrace to the Penn State school. This is a disgrace to being a part of the FBS. You know what? Sometimes in life, look, I have some stuff here. Now, Russell Spot, I want you to ask me what I have.
All right, what you
What
got?
is this?
What's that first? It looks like a bag. What's that?
Okay, this is a backpack, right?
Huh?
What do you do with a backpack?
You fill it for school or for whatever you're
You
doing.
you pack things in, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. So you pack things in. All right. Ask me, what is this?
Looks like a McDonald's French fry cup. What is that?
Okay.
Exactly.
There's French fries in here, right?
Okay.
You eat French fries, right?
Correct.
Okay. You get served French fries, right? By the workers at McDonald's, correct?
Okay.
Okay. What is this?
Believe that's a spatula.
Okay. Now, what do you do with a spatula?
You use that to cook because she gets too hot.
Okay, you flip things, right?
Yeah.
Flip burgers, right? Okay. Now, all of these things, what they all have in common is literally what this whole Penn State school of football players should be doing. Serve me my fucking fries, flip some damn burgers, because you can't play football. Drew Aller, you're going to be flipping burgers real fucking soon. You're going to be showing me my damn fries real damn soon. And you're going to be opening up backpacks, and you're going to be storing your career away because you fucking suck. I'm glad I don't go to the University of Penn State. Because you see, I've failed exams before. Finals. And I'm more disappointed in seeing them lose to UCLA than me failing finals. They're a disappointment. I'm glad. Before the year, I wanted to go to a Penn State game. I'm so glad I never wasted a single dime on this stupid team. They don't deserve my money. They don't deserve the school's money. Penn State football team should be abolished. They don't deserve to have a football team. This is a joke of a team. A joke of an organization. A joke of coaches. A joke of players. If you fund this football team, if you're an organization out there that funds this football team, you're a fucking joke. Nico Iamala UCLA 0-8. and 4. 0 and 4. And we lost. How? He was running up and down the field all fucking day. Penn State went to California. California. You know, look, there was barely any fans in that stadium. And I get it. No fans because your school sucks. But there was also no fans because nobody wants to watch Penn State. We have to watch them. They suck. You know, I can't defend Penn State no more, man. I can't. You know, I've been a fan of this team for 10 years. 10 years. And I can't defend them anymore. This was the last straw. You know, it's one thing to lose to ranked opponents. It's another thing to lose to winless teams. I wish I never felt this pain. This isn't even pain. This is disappointment. This is the lowest form that you can get. This is disappointment. You know, sometimes you get angry because you lose close games. You know, if you get blown out, fuck it. It wasn't our day. But we lost to an 0-4 team. And we stunk it up in the first half. And we had to crawl back and the Penn State Nittany Lions are the New York Jets. You don't belong. Disbanded. Justin Fields looks better than Drew Aller. I'm done. Drew Aller. Just get my fries ready, bro. Just get my fries ready. Get my drink ready. Just get my burger ready, bro. I want a quarter pounder with lettuce, tomato, mayo, and onions. This, by the way, they wear headsets like this. I hope you can hear me. Exactly. Don't forget the burger. Exactly. It's ridiculous. Spot, do you have anything to say about this game?
Oh, I think you said it all, man. But I guess just to reemphasize, 0-4 in an empty stadium, no atmosphere.
No, nothing.
Penn State, yeah. James Franklin,
Just
you gotta
spineless.
get out of there, brother. Oh man.
You know, Tommy wants Billy Napier out. But he don't want him out as much as I want James Franklin out of there. Drew Aller, quit football. Do yourself a favor. Do your family a favor. Do me a favor. Quit football. Remember what Will Campbell said about working at Amazon? Yeah, that could be you. Be successful in that. Because you ain't going to be successful in football.
Oh man. Well, we'll let Axel catch his breath right there, man. I'm gonna run through some of these games for this week. Don't gotta sit. We'll just go to our rapid predictions before we get done.
I hope he doesn't get a degree. Fuck him. I hope he fucking fails his finals.
Ohio State versus
I need him to
Illinois.
feel disappointment.
Prediction.
Ohio State by
Ohio State,
15 plus. It's not even close.
Got Ohio State as well by I'll say about the same, about 2 scores. Alabama versus Missouri. I got Alabama as well. About the same. I believe
Alabama,
in this
yeah.
Missouri team.
Nah. Nope. Missouri, no.
All right, this one's interesting. Indiana versus Oregon. I still got Oregon, but maybe we get a little scared.
Is this
Indiana?
is this in Indy?
Yes.
Man, I'm
Oh,
gonna
no,
pick
sorry. This one's in
Oregon.
Oregon. This one's in Oregon.
Oh, still, I'm gonna pick Oregon, but this is gonna be close, bro. It's gonna be really close. I'm gonna pick Oregon, probably like 24-17.
About the same.
Maybe like 24-20. I don't know, somewhere around there. It's gonna be low scoring. I think there's gonna be a lot of defense played.
Red River rivalry with the news that John Mateer might play Oklahoma versus Texas. Obviously, y'all know who I think's gonna win, but as a fan, I'm just gonna pick Texas. Whatever. Y'all, we know what's happening.
Oklahoma. Anybody over Texas? Sorry.
Michigan versus USC.
USC.
This one.
USC.
Where's this one at?
I'm gonna go USC. I think I'm gonna pick USC for this one.
This one's in USC. I think I might do the same. Says USC 45-40. You know what would be funny about that Oklahoma Texas game? What if that's the one game that Arch is good in? I doubt it. But the Michigan USC. We'll go USC. USC is currently the 2.5-point favorite. I would ride. That'd be good. South Carolina at LSU.
Two mid teams, bro. I can't even like. I don't want to pick Nussberger,
but I also haven't.
But I also don't want to pick Lenore Sellers.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pick. I don't know. I'm just gonna pick LSU, I guess.
Same. Number 18 BYU at Arizona.
I'm gonna go BYU.
I will also go BYU, and then number 21 Arizona State at Utah. I'm gonna go Utah here, getting the win. Devin Dam.
Utah. I got him.
That's the slate for college this week. Where you wanna take it over to NFL now?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me pull up the games from last week's slate. So, hold on. What the fuck? All right. Last week, we started off the week 49ers Rams. 49ers won. We got Vikings Browns. The Vikings won 21-17. The Browns are like, I don't know how to explain this. Like, they're not good, but they're not bad. Like, they definitely hang in a lot of the games. They've only really had, I think, one, maybe 2 bad losses on the year. I can think of like the Ravens one, but I don't know what other bad loss they also had this year. I think let's see. The Lions. So they had 2 bad losses. Other than that, they've been very close in a lot of these games. I think they could have won maybe like 2 of them. They should have a better record. Minnesota's concerning. Carson Wentz isn't playing all that great. But I'm not expecting him to. He's a backup for a reason. But neither was JJ McCarthy before the injury. JJ McCarthy is slated to come back after this week, after the bye, because they're going to face the Eagles. But I have different reservations for the Eagles now, but we'll talk about those when we get there. I feel like maybe the Vikings could win that game, but then again, I don't know. Texans Ravens. I knew the Texans were going to win, but the Ravens were not winning with Cooper Rush. Sorry. If you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, like Spot, you know about Cooper Rush. But yeah, the Texans, I feel like this was a groove game for them. Kind of get back into their groove. They won the last 2 games. They're sitting at 2-3 now. Let's see if that game, if they really got into their groove, and see if they can improve on that, and hopefully start ripping off some more wins. The Saints and the Giants. The Giants got away from everything that they were doing in this game. Everything good. They stopped using their tight ends. They stopped running with Jackson Dart. They started passing the ball. And the Saints have been like a pretty okay team this year. Like, they're a team that'll hang around, and if you let them hang around, they can come back and they can definitely beat you. And I feel like the Giants were just trying to play with their own food too much, and they got snake bit. They did. So the Saints ended up walking out with a W. Spencer Rattler played a really good game. He's been playing really good this year. Doesn't have the best roster by a long shot, but they're finding ways to stay in games, and they're finding ways to win. The Broncos and the Eagles. This one's frustrating because at one point in the fourth quarter, I think with 10 minutes left, the Eagles were up 17-3, and they lost. The whole narrative about the Eagles season has been that they run the ball too much, and A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith aren't getting the targets that they deserve. What did they do in this game? They passed a lot. Guess how many carries Saquon had? 6.
That's crazy.
Not for a quarter, not for a half, for the whole game. Jalen Hurts threw so much against probably the best pass defense in the league, which you don't want to do. And Jalen Hurts isn't the most elite passer of the ball. He's not even close. So Kevin Patula, as the offensive coordinator, is not doing him any favors and is not scheming up Jalen Hurts to make good plays. Jalen Hurts is missing wide open guys like A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. If I'm A.J. Brown and I'm Devonta Smith, I'd rather go catch passes from other quarterbacks. I'd rather go play with Baker Mayfield. I'd rather go play with Sam Darnold.
Damn.
Jalen Hurts is not the guy that a lot of people think he is. He's not, like, he's good, but like he's not in that upper echelon of quarterbacks. And a lot of the good stuff has to do with his intangibles, his leadership, his maturity. I think the guy's a good leader, but from a quarterback perspective, he's not like he's not up there with the elite of the elites. Is it crazy to say Jalen Hurts is the worst QB in the NFC? So Dak might actually be better than him. I think everybody in that division currently, every quarterback in that division is better than him right now. Currently, yes. Right now he might actually be. Yes. Every quarterback might actually be better than him.
Thank you.
Look, the reason why I'll say Jackson Dart is better than him is because Jackson Dart isn't putting his team in positions to lose. And he's doing what he needs to be doing. I don't believe that Jalen Hurts is doing what he needs to be doing. I'm going to talk about the Giants game in a little bit because I think this is legit one of Jalen Hurts' worst games ever that he played. I think that game last night was worse than what he played against the Broncos. But the Broncos found a way to win. Obviously, the Eagles, they just kept. Why do you keep passing when you're up 17-3? And I'm gonna touch on a point later that I do want to emphasize on, and it's that this Eagles team is not the same team from last year, not by a landslide. Their defense isn't even that great compared to last year. And you know what else isn't great? Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley's averaging 3.7 yards per carry. Well, last year he averaged over 5. Regression, very much. Moving on. Cowboys Jets. The Cowboys, man. The Cowboys could be one of those teams that might be able to sneak into the playoffs. And a lot of it has to do because the quarterback is playing like a top 5 quarterback in the league right now. Dak Prescott, without CeeDee Lamb, is just doing it, man. If you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, it's a great time to be a fan. Currently, until you reach the playoffs. And, things go crashing. But the Jets, this isn't an NFL team. No. This team is littered with just putrid all over the like Aaron Glenn. Is he even really an NFL coach? What the fuck is the offensive coordinator doing? Justin Fields' stats after the game look great, but he's atrocious. He doesn't belong on an NFL field. Justin Fields better go pack his bags and play for the Canadian Football League. I don't even want to say any more about Justin Fields. Colts Raiders. Raiders suck. I don't even know how my team lost to them week 1, but week 1 is a complete anomaly. The Colts might be like that. The Colts probably are going to win the division, but Jacksonville is creeping up on them. So we'll see. I guess we'll see. But the Colts, I think they have a real shot of being one of the top 2 or 3 seeds in the AFC. Panthers, Dolphins. Fire everybody on the Dolphins. Fire Mike McDaniel. Fire the OC. Fire the defensive coordinator. Fire the assistant coach. Hell, fire the general manager. Fire them all. This team lost to the Panthers. What is Tua even doing out there? I watch Tua play every week. I pay for NFL Sunday Ticket. I watch all these games. I take quick glances at all of these games. Every time I watch Tua Tagovailoa, he looks like a scared little kid out there, like that doesn't want to get hit, man. The guy is one hit away from a potentially career-ending concussion. The guy is a concussion machine. If I'm this Dolphins organization, I'm moving on from him. I'm getting rid of Tyreek Hill at the end of the offseason. I'm restarting this whole thing. I'm like literally just restarting this whole shit because it's hitting the fan. Wesley got released?
What?
I swear.
Nah.
Yeah.
That's what Ant just said.
John Ross Sapp.
Yo,
That's
John.
crazy. What?
Wesley got
Damn.
released. Yes.
That's crazy.
Wait.
That's
Because
bad.
Wait, hold
his
on.
boys weren't doing him justice, bro. Get that shit.
Oh,
Turning
by the
appeal
way,
was the worst decision.
the Hardys just won the House of Glory tag team titles.
Damn.
3 belt Hardys. Huh.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, he just got released.
That's crazy.
Bro. No wonder he hasn't been on TV. It's crazy. Moving on from that, we can talk about that on Sunday. Oh wait. Never
I
mind.
got you.
I
I
lied.
got you.
Bucks Seahawks. Oh my god.
What a game.
Dude. It's
What a
2025.
game.
It's 2025. In 2022, Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield were on the Carolina Panthers together. Playing for potentially just even a spot on a team, right? And now in 2025, they're dueling. They're going head to head, playing a potentially probably the most electrifying game of the whole year. This was a shootout. This game, I don't remember. I honestly don't even remember an NFL season where we've had this many classic games 5 weeks into a season. This is ridiculous. Baker Mayfield looks like the MVP frontrunner currently. I'm going to read you these stats because this is absolutely bonkers. And I also do want to get into the 2 receivers. One is a year 2 receiver, and the other one's a rookie. Well, these guys are absolutely fucking just balling out of their minds. Like they have paychecks to collect. Baker Mayfield, 29 for 33, 375 yards. 379. 2 touchdowns to no interceptions. baller. I think I said this last week or maybe the week before. Baker Mayfield is the biggest dog in the NFL. Every week, this team has been down in the final minute of every game. All 5 weeks of the season, they've been down. And 4 of those times, they found a way to win. Dog. I don't even know what to say about this team. This team has been battling injury after injury after injury. By the way, this week, the Bucks are not even going to have Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Bucky Irving, and they might still win. And like, I have to put my faith on the Buccaneers. I have to. This team is winning at all costs. Look, Emeka Egbuka this week, 7 catches, 163 yards, and a touchdown against a Seattle defense that's really good. Baker Mayfield just looks every part of what an MVP should be. And he might win the MVP this year. The Bucks, like, it's literally saying it right now. I might have to pick the Bucks to win the Super Bowl. This team has been battling by the time week 10 comes around and this team is fully healthy, they're going to be absolutely relentless and unstoppable. I don't even know what words I have to even say about the Bucks, just that they're elite. I think the only team that they're not better than might be the Lions. Maybe. And I might even say they're better than the Lions, if not on the same level. This team can put up points with the best of them. They can defend. They can win in every way possible. If you want a clutch win, shout out Baker. Hey, give me Bake. Shake and bake, baby. the guy's just making magic. Baker magic. Shake and bake. I mean, this guy is slinging it down the field. And then Sam Darnold. Oh, my God. Hey, for all of the Seahawks people that were doubting Sam Darnold, and yes, Ghost, if you're watching, I'm talking to you. It's time, man. Stop doubting the guy. Look, 28 for 34, 341, 4 touchdowns. He had 1 interception this game, and it was in the 4th quarter. It cost him the game, but he played really good. And look, Jackson Smith-Njigba, 8 catches, 132 yards and a tutty. Again, Seattle, they might not win the division. I think that's going to be the Niners, but they're going to be in the postseason, dude, and they're going to be really tough. They're going to be a tough team to beat. Kenneth Walker plays really good. I think they have a really good roster. Their defense is good. I love both of these teams. If I'm somebody trying to get in the NFL, I'm not really a fan. I'm telling you to watch the Seahawks and the Bucks every week, and also the Cowboys. These teams are all going to be in shootouts. They're going to be fun watches every week. But the Bucks might be the most. I had them penciled in probably for around 12-5 this year. I'm looking at their schedule. They might be 13-4. This team is not going to lose many games going forward. They might be the Super Bowl favorites. But I'll tell you right now, Baker Mayfield, I think he's going to win the MVP. I mean, if he keep playing like this. Moving on. Titans, Cardinals. Like I said with the Dolphins, the Cardinals, fire everybody. Get rid of Kyler Murray. Fuck Marvin Harrison Jr. Get rid of him too. I mean, like James Conner, get rid of him. The guy is just injury prone. This was like, I talked about my team earlier, right? Penn State. I'm not gonna lie. They outdid my team in losing. Because not only did they lose to an 0-4 team, but they were beating the shit out of the Titans. And they allowed them to come back. This was a choke job to the highest degree. This was ridiculous. There was a play that the Cardinals scored. No, my bad. The Titans scored on. It was a catch. The receiver caught it. He fumbled it. A Cardinals player almost got the ball. But no. He let it slip away into the end zone. And guess what? A Titans player got on it. Touchdown, Titans. When it should have been a fumble and a recovery by the Cardinals. Want to know the other stupidest thing that happened in this game? Amari DiMercado. You let go of the ball at the half-yard line? If I was an Arizona fan waking up on Monday, I got to be thinking to myself, what the fuck is wrong with my organization? This shit is cans. Luckily, I'm not an Arizona fan. But, yeah, that was a sell job. That was a complete sell job. And the Cardinals should be embarrassing themselves. The Titans, you walked out with a dub. You know, you got to be feeling good about yourself, but you still suck. So, that's all I got to say. Commanders Chargers. Man, how much of a dip has the Chargers taken? It's been bad. They started off 3-0. And then the team, ever since, losing Joe Alt and, their offensive line is just decimated, man. Now they lost Amari and Hampton for a couple of weeks. This team is, Justin Herbert's not going to just be able to save them. They're going to have to get healthy, man. I still have some faith in this team to get in the postseason, but the team everybody was clamoring them to be, I don't think that's anymore. I think they're, Jaden Daniels came back, balled out. Deebo Samuel, a lot of people wrote him off. He's balling.
My goat.
And hey, Commanders fans, I know y'all love some Bill. Bill. Chris, I know you love Bill, man.
Oh yeah, he's on
Bill
my fantasy
Cosby
team,
Merritt.
bro. He's on my fantasy team, bro. 27 points.
Hey,
go.
Last week, I was so frustrated at the fact that they kept playing Chris Rodriguez when Bill is literally better.
Bro, this has been pissing me off since week 2, or week 1.
Yeah,
literally.
The Bill has clearly looked better, and they've still decided to go with Chris Rodriguez, which is, I think, the stupidest thing ever. I'm hoping that after this game, they can really realize that Bill should be playing.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, look, Commanders, they did what they needed to do. They won in LA. Shout out to them. They might be back on track. Lions, Bengals. This didn't really tell me anything different, honestly. Lions are good. They're really damn good. They just score, man. They just score. And look, Jared Goff, he might be the best quarterback in the league, bro. This dude probably has the best mechanics of any quarterback in the league. This dude has 12 touchdowns to 1 interception. Jared Goff is a Hall of Famer. Borderline. The guy is, every week, he's slinging that ball. Like, he's that damn good. Doesn't make many mistakes. The guy is like that, man. I mean, everywhere he's gone, everywhere, the guy's been a baller. The only time that he's looked even remotely bad was, I believe, the last season with Sean McVay. Hey, by the way, I just want to say this. Every offense coordinator that he has had, they've gotten a coaching job, head coaching job. You know what that tells me? That tells me that the quarterback is excelling. This guy, for the last couple of years, has just been getting better and better and better. Obviously his Rams days were really good. But now he's even showing you, obviously now he doesn't have Ben Johnson. And a lot of people thought that, because he doesn't have Ben Johnson, he's just going to fall off. Well, he's clearly showing you that he's still really good. And guess what? The running game is nowhere near as prolific as last year's. They've only had one good run game this year. One good game with good run. And that was the game against the Ravens where they ran for over 200 yards. Other than that, it's been Jared Goff. I gotta show some respect to Jared Goff, man. I mean, the guy is looking like the best quarterback in the league. I think him and Baker Mayfield, to me, are just fighting for that spot. Jared Goff and Baker Mayfield are, to me, the front runners for MVP. These two guys are they're relentless, man. And look, I know everybody's gonna say, okay, Yeah, well, how about Jared Goff when he doesn't have a clean pocket? I mean, you can basically say that about any quarterback. When they don't have clean pockets, they're obviously worse. Jared Goff might be the best quarterback with a clean pocket. He might be. The guy's completion percentage is so high when he has a clean pocket. This year, I think he's passing for. I think he's hitting 70% of his passes, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I lied. 75. 75% of his passes are being completed. That's extraordinary. He has the 7th best QBR in the league. He has a 12-2 interception ratio, 12-2 touchdown and interception, and he's 10th in the league in yards. Doesn't make many mistakes. Puts the ball where it needs to go. Has a completely revamped offensive line that lost some of the best in the game last year, like Frank Ragnow, and they're still finding ways to make it work. Lost the offensive coordinator, lost the defensive coordinator. They're 4-1. They're still winning. I mean, like, I didn't even think that they were going to fall off this year, but I didn't think they would even look remotely this good either. So I thought there would be some growing pains, especially through the first couple of weeks, but they haven't showed that. The only game that they've realistically even showed growing pains was week 1, but I consider that a fluke, especially also because the Packers don't even – I don't even know what to think of the Packers. Moving on. Sunday night game. I sat here last week, and I told everybody that was watching, watch out. The Patriots are coming. And sure did we arrive, man. Sunday Night Football, Buffalo, New York. Drake May has arrived. Drake May's here. He's here to stay.
Finally, it only took a year. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And you know, I would love to talk about the Stephon Diggs game and whatever, but I don't even know what to say about the Stephon Diggs game, just because, like, I don't want to put too much stock in it. It was a revenge game for him, so he's playing with more emotions than he's playing with more emotions than what he would usually play with. This is the guy who's still, who's still old. So what we saw last Sunday night is not what we're gonna see the rest of the way. Hey, if he does it, then he's proven me wrong. But I don't want to put too much stock in that. I still do believe our receiving core is still I think our receiving core is literally the worst part of our team. Our offensive line has gotten better, especially as the weeks have progressed. For all you people out there who said, "Oh," and all those analysts and reporters, T-Rex arms, Will Campbell, fuck you. The guy's blocking great. Defense showed up. Patriots still, man. You ain't gonna be saying that when we 7-2, baby. Hey. Wait, hold on. You're a Steelers fan. I got nothing to say to you, man. I got nothing to say to you. We own y'all. But that's besides the point. Yeah, we played really good. Look, the Bills, they were gonna lose a game at some point. Now, I thought one of those games would be against us. I said that my team would arrive in this game. But I thought that, yes, I did say we would win, and obviously we did. But I wouldn't have been surprised if the outcome was us losing, because I was also thinking, okay, we're probably gonna split with the Bills, whether it's here or it's us back at home. But things completely turned. Josh Allen played very uncharacteristic football. He threw a pick, he threw a pick that he doesn't really throw anymore. He's been a very safe quarterback. But the team was just also making a bunch of mistakes, fumbling the ball, turning it over. It was a very uncharacteristic game from the Bills. But I think this game had more to say about the Patriots just because of the fact that the difficulty, it was a whiteout in Buffalo. This is the team that hadn't proven themselves yet. They're with a second-year quarterback. And this tells me not so much more about Drake May, because this does tell me a lot about Drake May, but this tells me about the culture that Mike Vrabel has instilled in this Patriots organization. And it's a culture that I think is going to really redefine what the Patriot way really is. Because for so many years under Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, there's been this notion of the Patriot way. And I think Mike Vrabel is redefining that. And, I want to say that, my team is going to be really good this year. But at the same time, I'm going to have reservations. I know our schedule is very easy, but this was a step in the right direction. And just the fact that we beat a really good team in the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo, I think definitely puts us in a place where us as fans and then the team as they currently stand, I think they can start to feel some type of sense of confidence just due to the fact that this was probably our arrival. Every team, and I like to think back to this specific game. The Commanders last year went against the Bengals on a Monday Night Football game, and it's the game everybody talks about of the arrival of Jaden Daniels. I believe this year that was what I can pinpoint to was I believe the Patriots this year arrived against the Bills just like how the Commanders arrived against the Bengals last year. How you doing, Vicious V?
What's going
And that's kind of how I feel about that. Whether things pan out the same way, I don't know. There's still a long way to go. There's still what, like 13 more weeks to go or whatever. So the season's it's still very young. What you gonna say if Spencer Rattler carves y'all up on Sunday? He ain't winning. I mean, sure, he can pass for like 200 yards, whatever. Cool. He ain't winning. We're not the Giants.
Clip it. Clip that right there.
You want to clip it? Go ahead. I'll come back here on Sunday next week when we win, and I'm flexing these muscles. Patriots, we here. But yeah, honestly, the Bills, like I said, they were gonna lose a game. They were not gonna go undefeated this season. I don't think any team was. Realistically, this doesn't really. I'm not really like. How do I say this? Like I don't think this is like puts me in a different light with the Bills. Like I don't think I think any less of them. They lost. They had a bad night. They had a bunch of turnovers. Whatever. Josh Allen's he's still gonna play how he plays. So the Bills will be fine. They're gonna be the number 1 seed in the AFC this year. So it's whatever. Monday Night Football. Chiefs, Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence, you're not fooling me, brother. You're not fooling me, brother. Liam Cohen, you're a magician. You got this guy, Trevor Lawrence, looking good. But Trevor Lawrence, you're not fooling me. You may have won this game, and you may be 4-1, but you still suck. So, until further notice, you're safe. But oh boy, what did I say in the season preview? The Chiefs, it's going to be a tough year. They're sitting at 2-3. Wait, right? I'm not tripping, right? Hold on. Yeah, they're sitting at 2-3. And they're going to play the Lions this week. And they're going to lose. They're going to fall to 2-4. The Chiefs have a lot of issues. The Chiefs have offensive line issues. The Chiefs have receiving core issues. The Chiefs are even having defensive issues now. Trevor Lawrence isn't this crazy great quarterback. And, the Chiefs just allowed him. Look, the calling card of the Chiefs for the last couple of years has been defense. Steve Spagnuolo has been one of the best defensive coordinators for the last couple of years. He's a guy that you can put your full trust in, that he'll scheme up a blitz in the fourth quarter with like less than 2 minutes to go, and he's going to hand the ball back to Patrick Mahomes, who's probably the best quarterback in the NFL at having the ball under 2 minutes. He's not giving it back to you. But the difference with this year is that defense isn't really carrying them. And I think that's the biggest thing. This defense hasn't figured it out, and neither has the offense. This team is having currently an identity crisis. They don't know what they want to do. Patrick Mahomes is trying to find ways to scramble around and run the ball. He's literally currently, I think, their leading rusher. It's not even Isaiah Pacheco or Kareem Hunt. The guy's been running for his life because his offensive line can't fucking defend sack of potatoes. Look, they have issues on the offensive line. They have terrible running backs. Their defense is garbage. And you know, their quarterback is literally I don't want to say their quarterback is bad or whatever, like, but this was my my thing. I wanted to see Patrick Mahomes with a lesser team and see how he does. And clearly now you can clearly tell that him having a bad team around him is starting to really affect him. It really is. And it's going to affect anybody, dude. Like, any player, as great as you are, it's going to affect you. People thought Patrick Mahomes was invincible. He's not. You can clearly tell now. This team is going to go through a lot of growing pains. If they somehow find a way to make the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes is Satan himself. Because this team does not belong nowhere near the Super Bowl. Nowhere near it. They should be a divisional round exit. They can get a wild card win, you know, play you know, one of these teams that gets scared because it's the Chiefs and piss their panties, you know. But they should be done in the divisional round. Like, they should be playing. Well, if they're the 5th seed, then yeah, I guess they'd play the Bills in the divisional round. They should lose. One would think they would lose. But then again, I don't know how much faith I really have in the Bills. Yeah, they can still win the AFC West, you know. It's still wide open, obviously. But like, still, I still think they play the Bills in the divisional round. And that's the thing, is like, they shouldn't even sniff a conference championship. But if they somehow sniff a conference championship, or even the Super Bowl, yeah, Patrick Mahomes is Satan himself. He sold his soul. He sold his soul for a Super Bowl. And then the last game I'll touch up on before we get on up out of here. And this was last night's game. Eagles Giants. Jalen Hurts. Man. You suck.
Yes.
And I'm glad you suck.
Yes.
I hate Jalen Hurts. I hate the Philadelphia Eagles. I hate their stupid jerseys. I hate the stupid the stupid color scheme of their jerseys. I hate this organization. You know, I would never go to an Eagles game. These people, these fans are ruthless. You know, these fans are like wild animals. They don't know how to compose themselves. I mean, like, I don't like this team. Saquon Barkley, I love you, because Penn State, I love you, you know? But get out of there, please. This team has a lot of issues that it didn't have last year. Last year they had an extraordinary defense. This year's it's ordinary. Last year they had an extraordinary run game. This year it's ordinary. So the fact that they can't rely on their run game and they can't rely on their defense, because here's the thing, is they would rely on their defense, right? And let's say it was a close game, right? They can run with Saquon Barkley to put the game out of reach, run the clock out. They had one of the best offensive lines, but this year it just doesn't seem like that's the case. Like I said, no run game, no defense. What do you have to do? You have to pass the ball. And your quarterback is shit at that. He's garbage. Jalen Hurts keeps getting put in these ridiculous conversations. He's not Joe Burrow. He's not Baker Mayfield. He's not Jared Goff. These are guys who are gunslingers who can win you shootouts with their arm. Jalen Hurts can't do that. Jalen Hurts is nowhere near that. Jalen Hurts is a guy that has to rely on play action passing, has to rely on his run game, has to rely on his defense. This is supposed to be an absolutely superstar loaded team, and they can't do their jobs. Kevin Patullo might be one of the worst offensive coordinators in the league. So as much shit as I'm talking about Jalen Hurts, I have to talk about Kevin Patullo, because why the hell this year you switch up this whole offensive scheme to the point that you have Jalen Hurts running a majority of his plays out of shotgun when he should be running out of center? Why? That right there is a problem within itself. But then the other problem is you're trying to not go, you're not going with Jalen Hurts' strengths. You're going against them. The guy isn't this elite passer, like I said. And that's what showed up last night against a really good defense of the Giants that can go ahead and sack the quarterback. And the Giants just simply punched them in their mouth. Cam Scatterbull ran up and down the field along with Jackson Dart. They just ran up and down, up and down, up and down. And Jalen Hurts couldn't do a damn thing about it. Jalen Hurts played a really good first half. But when it came to the second half, man, he just did not look good at all. And honestly, I really do think this was like one of his worst showings. Off the top of my head, this is the worst game he's had since playing the Buccaneers back in the playoffs. What was it, like 2021 or 2022? Where he played the Buccaneers and got absolutely crapped on. Yeah, this is probably the worst game he's played since then. He was not good last night. And if I'm Eagles fans, I'm really concerned because this isn't a team that I can see currently winning the Super Bowl. Could everything change? Sure. But the fact that earlier this week they were having player meetings between Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, and Saquon Barkley, 3-hour player meetings in the middle of a season, that's concerning. What that tells me is that this is deeper than what's on the football field, and that this is a chemistry issue, and that these guys are consistently going at each other because they can't find the balance in this offense. This team is struggling mightily. And honestly, it's going to be a rocky road to the playoffs. And it's going to be an even rockier road to the Super Bowl. So if they can't figure this out, this is a team that might not even sniff the conference championship. If I'm Eagles fans, I'm really concerned right now. And that's just the nature of it. That's every game. I'm gonna run through some games that I can talk about for this upcoming weekend, and then we'll get up out of here. Okay. Patriots Saints. I got Patriots. It's in New Orleans. Broncos Jets. So what you're saying is AJ Brown or Devonta Smith to the Steelers maybe a pot. I don't know. Broncos Jets. The Broncos should win this one. I mean, this shouldn't even be competitive. Browns Steelers. So I'm gonna pick the Steelers, but this is a divisional game, and the Browns always play the Steelers really tough. They play them close, and the Browns have played a lot of teams close this year. So this could be a scare. Chargers Dolphins. Chargers should win this game. The Dolphins are a dysfunctional team. They should win. Steelers by 10. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be like that. Rams Ravens. Rams by a mile. Lamar's not playing. I don't trust Cooper Rush. Cardinals, Colts. Colts should win this one pretty easily. Cardinals, like the Dolphins, are a dysfunctional team. Seahawks, Jaguars. Huh. I don't trust Trevor Lawrence, dude. No. Give me the Seahawks in Jacksonville. Cowboys, Panthers. Cowboys. Titans, Raiders. Oh God. Do I have to pick? No, I don't. Moving on. 49ers, Bucks. You know, this is a game. This is injury. This is like an injury riddled game because the Buccaneers, I told you guys earlier, kind of who was out. You know, you got Bucky Irving out, you got Chris Godwin out, you got Mike Evans out. But the 49ers also have Ricky Pearsall out. They have what's his name? Brock Purdy out. They got a couple of people out. I'm gonna take Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's at home. I just trust Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is gonna find a way to win this game. Somehow, some way, Baker Mayfield will win this game for the Buccaneers. Packers, Bengals. Oh wait, Joe Flacco's starting. I don't care. Bengals are losing. Give me Packers. Lions, Chiefs. Sunday Night Football. The Chiefs are in for a rude awakening. Give me the Lions, bro. In Arrowhead. Give me the Lions. Bills, Falcons. This one should be fun. This one should be a lot of fun. This one's in Atlanta. I'm gonna take the Bills though. I'm gonna take the Bills pretty confidently. I know the Falcons are coming off a game in week 4 where all of their top weapons played really well. Still give me the Bills. Bears, Commanders. I'm gonna take the Commanders at home. I just think, the Bears are a good team, but they're still gonna go through some growing pains. Give me the Commanders. I think Jaden Daniels will have a good game. That's all the games for this upcoming week. Yeah, I think that's it, honestly. So
Solid. Let's say this is probably the first week for both ends of both leagues, where it's kind of like not too much going on. You said let's go
no,
safe.
it's kind of just like whatever.
Yeah, it's the first I don't want to say lackluster, but lesser week of the season. But hey, I mean, shit. I'm sure that the way the season's been going, something crazy is gonna happen. Something crazy is bound to happen. But anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
No, not really. I mean, hope everybody has a good weekend. Watch a lot of football. Also, watch a lot of wrestling. A lot of great wrestling this weekend. So
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Crown Jewel tomorrow. Bound for Glory Sunday, and then if you're in the New Japan, the big New Japan show on Monday. So stay tuned. Hope y'all
Inosuke.
enjoy the weekend. We'll probably have BTBC. I think we're gonna do a watch along for Bound for Glory Sunday. That's the
Walk
goal.
in your trap. Take over your trap.
Oh, there we go. With that being said, we will see y'all next week. Y'all be safe.
Episode 9 next week.
Episode 9.